Yo, 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 bienvenidos, beautiful souls. It's the girl, Angelic Ray with Godis.SwitchingDaCode, and we are going to get into the astro energies of the day. Today is October 30th, 2025. Anytime that I state will be Eastern Standard Time, so you're going to want to convert that into your own time zone. Now, I do want y'all to keep in mind that while I am sharing the astrological transits that's happening on a grand scale for the collective, this is not necessarily for worldly predictions, but more so for spiritual guidance, some personal development tools that you can, utilize as you navigate through your day to day. Also, because everyone has their own personal chart, the transits will impact everyone slightly different. And so if you wanted a more personalized reading, feel free to reach out to me and we can schedule your one-on-one session. But let's move forward here. I did also want to apologize because I had every intention on doing the astro energies for yesterday. And for the life of me, I knew to record it the night before and I just needed some rest. So I got the rest and I didn't record the night before. And sure enough, yesterday I did not actually have the time to record. So much happened. Early morning yesterday, Mercury ingressed into the sign of Sagittarius, and most of the transits that occurred yesterday were mercurial transits. That was really impacting the collective here, creating massive shifts. So I'm pretty sure just psychologically, your minds yesterday were shifting in so many multidimensional awareness, spaces of awareness. And that was really the point, right? There was a trine that happened to Neptune yesterday with Mercury. And so Mercury and Sagittarius doing that trine to Neptune was almost like what are the Russian dolls that there's like multiple layers in them. You open one and they're different sizes. It was almost like that type of energy of awareness, right? That was really being put out in the collective. Now, many of us have already had these experiences, but for some of you, this may have been the first time that you have had this experience. And this is just to bring the awareness that we are multidimensional beings in this space and how our spiritual body can truly operate in multiple realms at once, simultaneously. And so the thought processes, I'm sharing it because it's going to make some sense for today, right? The thought processes that come with that is beyond limitations, essentially. And then there was the Mercury going opposite Uranus yesterday, which caused so much issues with technology yesterday. I'm pretty sure most of you probably have some technological issues, whether it's with your phone or laptop, computer, vehicles. There was definitely a lot of energy that was in regards to like traveling and communication that was being shooken up. And so the reminder was to not necessarily get shaken up by the energetic shifts. And so we're going to move on for today. So at 7:03 a.m., the moon still in the sign of Aquarius did in conjunction to the South Node. So what this is like the transit, it's really asking you, what is it in your South Node? What is it in your past lives, whether it was in this life, right? Like an old story. What is an old story that you can see the bigger picture of, that it's not necessarily for you to completely let go of, but transform the story to be more beneficial into your now moment, to utilize it for today in this space. The in conjunction is really like you see how it was before, and it can be a little bit of a challenge because it's like, why fix what isn't broke? Well, in this case, some of the old stories that is actually coming up from the South Node is the broken parts, right? Is the fragments that have been having a really deep, hard time integrating into the wholeness and oneness of your wholeness. And so while everyone is complete in their soul, the moon in Aquarius has the awareness of we are one, right? We are in our wholeness in that space, but the in conjunction to the South Node kind of brings the old stories to life in a way that is to be utilized for now, rather than you can't ignore it. This is not maybe necessarily something to completely let go of or cut off, but rather truly take the steps and the initiative to move forward with this energy. It's like almost like a retrograde, if you will, like looking at a South Node and a retrograde type of feel where the story's got to change, but the characters in it are very important. So the faculties that play a role, or the elements and the energies, entities, beings, whatever it may be for your story, are playing a role to go from like an inverted matrix to the true womb space of creation, to rewrite like the molecular cellular system in that story, to kind of heal a timeline, but also simultaneously as is healing multiple timelines, it is also creating this new ripple. And it may or may not be for you to really live in that new ripple, but just to, in this now moment, have the awareness and create the shift, conscious shift, and actively make a difference in it, to where that story can be complete, or it can truly live on an elevated spectrum. All right, I hope that makes sense. Then at 2:34 p.m., we have the moon still in Aquarius trining Venus in Libra. So this energy is a lot more cool, calm, collective for the most part. If you are an individual who really taps into their authenticity, truly comes into a space of weighing their options, allowing themselves to truly receive relationships and connections that are equally yoked, that are divinely aligned with their greatest good, then this energy is going to be calm. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be chill. However, if you're an individual that is still having difficulties making decisions on your own, or perhaps even people pleasing, then this trine, it's not going to be difficult because it's a trine, but it's going to highlight that for you to be able to make a decision on your own that isn't about people pleasing. However, it's not completely about being selfish either. With Venus and Libra, this is about your relations. So the moon in Aquarius highlights how we are one, and Venus in Libra is highlighting how we could each serve each other. How can we each play a role in giving this reciprocal energy exchange to one another? Venus in Libra highlights how opposites can attract and why. Venus in Libra also, gives opportunity for reconciliation, or for compromising, or for conflict resolutions to meet at a balanced state of being, with the heart and the mind centered in that space. It's really about self-care. And when you love yourself, you love your connections external to you. It really truly mirrors that in that space, right? When you don't love yourself, then it's going to show in the relationships outside of you, as in regards to, like, if you don't respect yourself, then it's going to be difficult for other people to give you that same respect. Yeah, there may be some people that will naturally respect you because they embody self-love and respect. But if you're not receiving that type of alignment on a grander scale, then there's more internal work that's going to come up. And this trine truly highlights the areas where you can love yourself a little bit deeper, the areas where it's really supported. The universe is not giving you a challenge, it's supporting you. So the collective is coming together with resources. The collective is coming together with you being able to trust your intuition, right? It's like masks are being dropped to show you exactly who people are. Believe them the first time. It's not about creating this facade or illusionary image of them, of who you think they should be or what you think they are. No, it's about everyone playing their role. The moon in Aquarius, everyone is exactly who the fuck they're showing themselves out to be. And you get to operate from a space of love and balance your scales by placing everyone accordingly. And so that's really where you get to start honoring your discernment, your intuition. You really start to see the beauty in your free will, the beauty in being able to make decisions for yourself. And this is also going to highlight in the spaces where perhaps it is difficult for some of you to make decisions, where healthy, meaningful connections that is divinely aligned with your highest and greatest good is going to come in and present itself for you to energetically exchange with them. So whether it's, a spiritual advisor, a best friend, or someone external to you that comes together and either they have the service of, what it is that you need, or they have the advice, whatever it is, it's going to be equally yoked for your highest and greatest good. Is going to support you with an energy exchange to balance out the reciprocation in the space for you to be able to make a healthy decision moving forward. So then at 5:05 p.m., Mercury in Sagittarius makes a sextile to Pluto in Aquarius. Now this energy is it's spicy, right? It's fun. It can be fun. You can navigate it in a very in a way that you get to embody whatever character it is that you want to embody. You're stretching out of just like the human flesh, so to speak, right? And so in this is like we're going into Halloween, and that energy supports that, right? It supports the having fun with who you are and your collective of peers, right? Your collective of souls and peoples that you really connect with, and just having a good time with this energy. This is also information that you see that is supporting the collective on a more personalized space to bring expansion to the people, as opposed to maybe big corporations. The sextile to Pluto is like seeing the downfall of certain industries and certain spaces, so that those that's in the new philosophies, that's in the new, or just hold a certain spiritual technology, awareness, philosophy, form of communication, and this could be music, this can be books, whatever it is, forms of information and communication is gonna be coming out. It's gonna be fun, it's gonna be transcendence, and it's really gonna stretch people beyond what they thought was necessary in one space. And so it's really not about like what religion you're in, but rather just honoring the wholeness of your soul in that space, and like your true religion within thyself in that space, honoring the love frequency of even when something is having to like collapse or dismantle, how can we together as a people come together and make a difference, right? And so this could even be like, there was major earthquakes that happened in Oregon yesterday that was like Category 5. We had a Category 5 hurricane happen in Jamaica. And so there's so much happening in the Caribbean and DR and Puerto Rico and Cuba, just in like so many different other places around the world, Gaza, we're seeing all of this, right? And so rather than putting our energy or resources into certain industries or corporations that claim to be helping these spaces, it's like we're coming together with the information to send the resources where they truly need to go, so that it continues to collapse the corporations that need to be fucking removed, and it actually gets the help to the people. That's another way that this energy can manifest, right, on like a bigger scale. And because everyone is in different places with their charts, like I said, it is going to impact everyone differently. For some of y'all, it's as simple as, you doing a workshop and it creating a major shift in that way. It could be as simple as doing a reel like this that's helping stretch the mind and bring the resources available to others. Whatever the case may be, it can be, sending resources to another country, or whatever the case may be. But it's supportive, it's a sextile, and it's fun. It's good. And then we have the moon in Aquarius sextiling Chiron at 8:22 p.m. This energy kind of brings, remember how I was saying like Chiron's energy is that womb that feels fucking impossible to fucking heal through? Well, with the moon in Aquarius sextiling Chiron, it brings the awareness of the lessons and the principles of that womb. Why is it necessary? And how can you utilize it to your benefactor? How can you utilize this energy to where it's alchemized in a way where you're not suffering from this womb, and either you actually find a way to heal the womb, or at least be at peace with the womb, with the wounds, excuse me. And so that's really how that energy is going to manifest. And then at 9:36 p.m., we have the moon in conjunct Jupiter. Now the moon in conjunct Jupiter, it kind of brings the spaces where you're really going to want to weigh out your options. You're going to have opportunities that's going to be presented to you. And it's really knowing which opportunity is actually maybe that needs to be prioritized, which like you probably can say yes to all of them, or you're probably going to have to say no to all of them or some of them, right? And so there's opportunities that's presenting itself with this energy that not all of it is going to be of priority at this time for you. However, they could all support you. So it could just be that the opportunities present themselves and you say yes. However, it needs to be from this time frame to this time frame. So delegating your responsibilities in that, because you have the higher awareness, right? The moon in Aquarius is like, hell yeah, let's fucking do it. Jupiter's like, hell yeah, let's fucking do it. So they're supporting each other in that way. But there's a thing about just mitigating your responsibilities in that energy. So thank you for tapping into the astrology for today, and tap into the captions. Peace, y'all.